Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your April 12th, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So while the singing bowl was singing, I was looking into the scrying bowl, and I kept on seeing a ring come up, and then also what are they called? An evergreen tree. So there's something with a commitment that's evergreen, or there's a love that is ever growing that is coming forward here, Capricorn. That's really rather beautiful. Okay, so let's look at our tarot cards. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We are represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana, by the Devil in the Major Arcana. So we're coming through here with Queen energy. And then we have the Two of Swords. A path is opening up to us that we weren't really kind of aware would be a part of our lives. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, I love that they just fell right out like that. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. We have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Nine of Wands and the Two of Cups. So there's a sense of somebody's trying to diminish your light. There's this real sense of, I'm trying to put out your light, your passion, what it is that you really desire, where it is that you really want to be. And that's just not cool. So there's a lot of voices coming in, a lot of other people's opinions coming forward. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Spirit saying not this one. Okay. We have Justice. We have the King of Cups. We have the Magician. We have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Three of Cups. And then finally, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. There we have the Page of Cups, just that one coming through. Okay. So let's look at the energy that we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Sun. Okay, so this can be mindful of the Sun, like, wear your SPF, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, most definitely. Make sure that your vitamin D is also really good, but it can also be mindful of the Sun, of somebody's Sun, or of your own Sun. And I'm not saying this to make us overly suspicious, but it's just like, be mindful of this energy. Be mindful that it might be a little bit more difficult during this time. So just be aware of that. This is also the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Be mindful of somebody promising you something that just sounds too good to be true. So be aware of that. That's what Spirit is saying. And then we have our Chakra Energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have life purpose, and this is our throat chakra. We are speaking our life purpose into being, into, understanding. We are also starting to see ourselves during this time, ascending to our purpose, to what we desire. And we need to talk about it. We need to express it, whether it be in a journal, whether it be to friends and family, whether it just be to ourselves as we're kind of cleaning up or, embracing what we want from life. Just that expression of where we want to be and how we're moving forward is going to be super important to us. It then moves us to our Goddess Oracle deck. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Sibyl. And it says here, think twice before sharing what you know with anyone except those who know you without question and are ready to hear it. So don't waste your breath. Just don't waste your breath with people who aren't ready to hear you, who don't want to hear you. And it could be even with sharing good news. Be very mindful. Yeah, that's also it here, Capricorn. Be very mindful who you share your good news with, because plenty of people are going to be more than willing to take you by ice. So just being aware of that is going to be really important. Then we have our, we have what hasn't happened in 166 years, right? We have our astrology coming forward, and we have both Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, which hasn't happened since 1866. And then we also have Mars and Venus, which Venus is already in Pisces, and then we have Mars coming into Pisces. So this is just a jammed packed time. So Jupiter and Neptune converging on Pisces, again, has not happened since 1856. And in 1856, what took place, the big events that took place during that time, was the Treaty of Paris, which was signed to end the Crimean War, which was a conflict with Russia. So that has relevance to our present day situation. And then we have in 1856, the birth of Sigmund Freud, who gave form and definition, which is what Jupiter is all about, but giving form and definition to the unconscious, which is what Neptune is all about. So this is going to be a time where we give form, definition to what was once unseen or once was only lived within our minds. So that is going to be very important. Pisces has the fish swimming in two separate directions, right? We have that right here, and we can see that. And that energy is going to be the energy of Jupiter and Pisces, the sense of our growth and our expansion with Jupiter, and our dreams and our, transcendence with Neptune coming forward. Now remember, Neptune and Jupiter orbit the sun astoundingly slowly, much more slowly than Mars or Venus do. So they're called generational planets. They're called the collective planets because they don't just affect one person or one time. They affect so much more. So this energy will be here for quite a while. Neptune is the planet of our imagination. It rules Pisces. It's very comfortable being in Pisces. And it motivates our spirituality. It motivates our emotional connection with the world and, wanting to change the world and widen our horizons. We're also having our higher consciousness be awakened during this time. Jupiter, on the other hand, symbolizes our personal gifts and how we need to share them with the world. There's a sense of, this is who I am. I need to show it. Jupiter's downfall is that it doesn't know when to say no, because there's a sense of, I can do it all. Remember, Jupiter is the Roman name for Zeus. Zeus is the ruler of the pantheon, right? So is Jupiter. So, of course, I can do whatever I want. I can move wherever I want. I can have whatever I want. That's not necessarily true. So we have to be very mindful with the confidence and how we utilize the confidence that Jupiter gives us. There's massive opportunity for creation and growth during this time, and we need to utilize that to the highest. We already have Venus in Pisces, and Venus in Pisces brings sensitivity, it brings compassion, and it brings romantic energy. Venus entered into Pisces on the 5th of April. We might find ourselves thinking about love more and seeing, where our energy collides when it comes to love. Do I want to be in love? Don't I want to be in love? How do I want my life to pan out? Where do I want to be? Those questions start opening up. And then we have Mars. Mars enters into Pisces on the 14th. And with Mars entering into Pisces, we might think, okay, there's going to be more conflict or there's going to be more assertion. What's going to be really funny is it makes us really powerful, but we're going to be prone to seeing where the world is taking us, seeing what we're being called for, what, spirit is is asking us to do within our lives. And whether we're answering that call or whether we're not, that's going to be up to us. But we're going to be aware of it. Remember, Mars is the general, Aries, the god of war, Mars, the god of war. Mars also rules Aries. So there is this energy here of, I need to see the big picture, because I'm not going to be much of a general at all if I'm not looking at the wider scope of things, the wider scope of what I need and where I need to be and what I desire, and also what, where other people are placed on this playing board. So we start off with the Queen of Pentacles. We start off with very nurturing, very healing energy coming in for us. We have this sense of, I'm opening up the door to what I want to grow within my life, whether that be a family, whether that be our own, ambitions, whether that be a calmer, more peaceful life. We're going to see that we're nurturing that. We're also really looking at what defines our success, what defines our prosperity, what opens up the door to where we need to be. And that starts to have us looking at things very differently. We're also going to be very nurturing during this time. We want to see things grow. Even if it's just having a plant, in our homes, we want to see things grow. We want to take care of things. And we're going to get a lot of pleasure from that. I would highly actually recommend having something, either a plant or an animal or whatever, or, well, if we don't have children, don't do that. So here, it's like watching things grow. It's going to give us great satisfaction. So that's going to be very important. And it moves us to this place where we start to see things in a very different light and in a very different way. And we can feel that things are turning, but we're also going to have a tendency to listen to everybody's everything. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not doing it right because XYZ is doing it this way. So I should be doing it this way. And Spirit is saying, no, what's right for them doesn't necessarily have to be right for you at all. So there needs to be the sense of, I'm seeing the magic, I'm seeing the beauty, I'm seeing the inspiration in me. And knowing that I have withstood everything that has gotten me to this point. I'm still standing in my power, in my observation of myself, in my knowing of who I am and where I want to be within my life. But things are changing for us. And it brings us to the Queen of Wands. There's a beauty, and there's this beautiful feminine energy that keeps on coming forward. This beautiful feminine energy, this sense of, just embracing it. And it doesn't matter how we, represent ourselves to the world, but just the sense of watching something grow. I'm just seeing, again, watching something grow, watching the hard work that you put into something and reaping the benefit of it. And knowing that even if you put the hard work into it and you're not seeing the benefit now, you will. You definitely will. Give it time. There is an energy here of, my heart needs to be impassioned. Like, I need to have that passion to my life again. And I need to embrace what it is that I really desire from my existence. So there's no like blase-ness here. I need to embrace who I am and what I want and what I desire and what I need. And it moves us to the Two of Cups, which is a healing, beautiful love, which is the sense of, a door opening and a sense of a healing coming in. I'm just seeing like I didn't know it was going to be you. There's somebody coming into our lives, and it can be a business partner, it can be a romantic relationship, but it's like, I didn't know it was going to be you. I didn't know that this is what I was looking for. So kind of think outside of the box here, or don't be so quick to dismiss, because we're going to be very intrigued by the people who come into our lives during this time. And it's like, oh, I did not expect that. And yet it is a very pleasant surprise. It moves us to this place with the Three of Cups, okay? We need to be mindful of who we trust or where we're giving our energy. The Three of Cups for me is double-sided. So the Three of Cups is that celebration, that beauty, that the sense of the people who really love us and cherish us and want us to succeed, yes. But the Three of Cups is also that person who was supposed to. That parent, lover, sibling, friend, coworker that was supposed to have our back and never could and never did. And we trusted them. And that hurt has stayed with us. And so when I see the Three of Cups, it's kind of like we're trying to prove something to somebody who isn't even paying attention, who doesn't even care. And that is something that we need to be very aware of during this time. And yeah, and as we're aware of it, it's like, wow, I've been wasting my energy here. Because we're going to see that even if that person isn't in our lives, we've been replicating that situation, either with other people that we're meeting. We can even replicate the situation in jobs, in social settings where we're made to feel less than, because we're just bringing that energy with us. We're just bringing that person with us and trying to prove ourselves time and time again to somebody who doesn't care and won't ever. They just won't. It moves us to the King of Cups. We need to know that we rule us. Period. End of discussion. There's also somebody who's coming in here. I see them as like opening up a book. So that for me means they're going to teach us a lot. They're going to show us a lot. They have a lot of heart. They have a lot of passion for what they do. And that's going to be a very important thing. And that's going to inspire us. It's like a mentor, but it doesn't have to be just strictly a mentor. There is somebody who comes in who shows us the passion of what they love and lives and leads by example. And that's what the King of Cups always does for me. It is the energy of a person who says, this is who I am. This is what I want for my life. This is what I need for my life. This is where I'm headed. This is where I'm going. I'm not letting you hold me back. I will lead you by example. And if you want to follow me, great. If you don't, not my problem. And I like that. I like that about the King of Cups a lot. It brings us to a place of justice and balance. Now, justice is going to be relative. Some person can say, oh, this is just. We can look at it and say, oh, that is terrible. So just be mindful of that. There's going to be a balancing of a scale, but there's also going to be a discernment that has to be made, meaning we're going to have to make a call and say whether we want this certain action, this certain thing in our lives, or whether we don't. Because as we are awakening, we are going to be seeing things that have been toxic, that we have been letting, be a part of our lives. And we're like, why the heck did I even do that? It brings us then to the Eight of Swords. We're being in our own minds too much. The Eight of Swords is worry, doubt, and fear. And that comes, there's almost a tendency here to want to be so just that we sacrifice ourselves for what we think everybody wants and needs. And that's going to be something here that Spirit is saying, like, be very mindful of. Be very mindful of. It's just saying cutting off your own limbs. Like it's cutting yourself off from the prosperity that you want, because we think, oh, we're being so just. We're just giving so much of ourselves that we cripple ourselves, that we pull ourselves back. So that needs to be here. That needs to be we need to be aware of it. There's also something here where if we are so much in our own heads, the doubt, the fear, the chaos, we're not trusting our intuition. We're just in our own minds, And that's going to be something that is very negative for us because it paralyzes us. It's like instantaneous paralyzation or paralyzing energy. The Magician comes forward and the Magician says, there's magic here. There's magic within you. Jupiter, very much symbolizes that. But there's a sense of, there's a spark, there's a beauty, there's an essence that needs to be embraced. And yet we're going to think, oh, this is nothing. And Spirit is saying, no, it's everything. If we embrace this energy, if we embrace who we truly are, what we truly love, what we truly want, what's really important to us, then all of a sudden we start to embrace more of where we want to be, of the door that we are opening, of what we are seeing. And so Spirit is saying here, don't discard the magic. Don't discard the magic in ourselves. Don't discard the magic in our world around us, because it makes the world a very mundane place if we do. The Page of Cups is teaching us how to be that student of our hearts and our souls and what we love, how to be and how to embrace where we want to be within our lives. The Page of Cups comes in and inspiration comes in the most unbelievable ways. It guides us, it leads us, it shows us in ways that we hadn't imagined. And that's going to be a really good thing. We're opening our hearts here and we're opened to learning. And what we're going to see is that our dreams and our ambition come together. And what we make of that, well, that is the key to our existence, right? So we're learning and we're studying it. And we're opening up that door. And again, we're going to find the beauty. We're going to find the inspiration. We're going to find that in the most unlikely of places, answers come in. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And it's the Seven of Wands. Be very mindful of wasting all your energy fighting. Fighting and getting nowhere. The Seven of Wands, we have to stand our ground. Yes, we can't let people just trample all over us. But be very aware of who you're fighting with and why you're fighting with them. It's kind of like, is this the hill you want to die on type of thing? Is this the thing that means so much to you? It moves us then to our chakra energy, which is truth, the throat chakra. Our throat chakra is very important here. We have it coming through twice. We need to speak the truth. We need to be balanced by the truth. And that's going to be different than justice. You know, we can try to be just to everyone and yet never speak the truth for us. It's going to be very important here to say, this is what I truly want. This is what I truly need. This is the truth as I see it. This is what I desire. It leads us then to our subconscious goddess energy, which is the seeker. And it says the meaning of life is to seek ways to give your life meaning, doing so with gratitude, patience, and compassion for both others and yourself. There's more here. There's more here than meets the eye. And there's more to life than we will ever know. You know, what is it, Horatio? There's more to heaven or hell than you could think of. And I'm paraphrasing that. But the energy is coming forward. It's like there's more here than you know. It brings us then to our subconscious tarot energy, which begins with the Six of Cups. There's a pull towards the past. There's a pull towards the way things used to be. And there's going to be a stagnation around change. And that's going to be something that we have to look at. It's like, okay, do I always want to stay in the past? Or am I going to pull myself forward to the present? It brings us then to the Three of Swords. There's a heartbreak and a pain that's coming forward. It's around listening to everybody else. And it's almost like we're clipping our own wings. We're keeping ourselves from flying. So here, we need to address the hurt and the pain that is stunting us, that is stopping us. It brings us then to the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands, again, we have that coming through twice now, is this energy of, I can't. Is this energy of, I'm tired and I'm overwhelmed and everybody's coming at me and can I do this? And there's a sense of, I just feel like, oh, it's like this again. So here we have to be very aware of that everybody's opinion is coming our way. Everybody kind of knows what we should do. And yet, if you can't live your life with honor and beauty and dignity, why should I take your advice? I don't know you. And that's the thing here with the Nine of Wands. In our world, so many people come, bombard us. It's like so much comes at us with this information of how to be the best you possible. And we get cultivated snippets of their lives and their beauty and their, happily ever after. And it can all be fake. And a lot of times it is. So be very mindful of who we're listening to. It brings us then to the Hierophant. We're not going to be reinventing the wheel this time. We're not. We're going to be looking at things and seeing the way that things work and saying, how can I make this work for me? How can I utilize this to the highest degree? Where this is a connection with, institutions, with the way things are, with the way things are run. We're holding the keys to more than we realize. We have to be true to ourselves. We have to see ourselves and embrace ourselves and say, okay, how is the door opening? And how do I want to walk through it? And if the door isn't opening, how is the window opening? Or can I just bash through the wall type of thing? How am I embracing my success and staying true to myself? Because there are a lot of people who are willing to sell away everything that is absolutely important to them for money, fame, their idea of happiness. And if we're not willing to do that, well, there's different avenues we have to take to be able to be heard, to be able to be seen. And that's important to know. And it happens to everybody. There are choices that we make that sometimes we look at and we're like, wow, man, that was a turning point. So be true to yourself every single step of the way. All right, Cancer. Not Cancer. All right, Capricorn. That's funny because your sister sign is Cancer, Capricorn. And Cancers can test you in ways that, you just weren't expecting. So apparently Spirit wants that to be out there. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn, and may blessings always be with you.